Hey guys, hope you all are having a wonderful time out there. So again, Intellipaat brings you another video, and this time it is about Salesforce. So, what is it? Why to go with Salesforce and how to use it? We shall be knowing all of this as we proceed. So in this Salesforce for Beginners video, let's talk about the topics we shall be discussing about. So we'll start with a brief information of the world before CRM. And then, what is CRM? What is the need of CRM? And then we'll move to today's topic, that is Salesforce CRM. We shall dig deeper into Salesforce CRM by knowing the services it offers, then the products of Salesforce and its architecture. We'll also see the practical portion, that is hands-on, to get a clear understanding of the working mechanism of the software. And finally, and most importantly, we shall be discussing about career growth Salesforce offers you. So let's get started. Let us first visualize the world before CRM. So initially, maintaining data meant you have a person inserting data or information of your customers manually in a file, and then piling up those files in a locker. Ultimately, information which can be of great use lied wasted. Time evolved and desktops and laptops came into existence to store the data, maybe in Excel sheets or Word documents. This still was a tedious job, and manual error could never be eliminated. Now let us move and think storing of data from an organization's perspective, which might have thousands of customers or users, and hence a humongous data which needs to be addressed and analyzed for a better customer satisfaction and increase the revenue. So, what would you do now? How would you maintain this massive amount of data with accuracy? So you need to have a system where all the data can be stored effectively, can be differentiated and accessed by every concerning department and people, so that all of them stay on the same page with equal information. And to address all these issues, CRM was introduced. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. It is everything that you would need to keep track of your customer's activity and hold the information related to your customer. For example, name, address, previous interactions, job, likes, etc. That is to say, the entire biodata of your customer is available at one single place called CRM. So this is a general overview of CRM. Let us now understand how is it beneficial for the organization or the business to grow. So there are several benefits of using a CRM to upgrade your business. A few of these are relationship management. Since you have got all the information of your customer at one single place, and hence dealing with a customer becomes very easy and gives you a better insight to understand the issues of the customer and deal with it effectively, hence helping in developing a much needed bond between consumer and the provider. Increased productivity. Since you have got all the details and information about the customer at one place, and hence you don't waste your time and energy in gathering the data from different sources or departments, which makes you more productive. Increased profitability. When you have a satisfied customer, they work as your service or products brand ambassadors, and nothing is better than a word of mouth publicity. They would not only be loyal to the provider but also would get another people on board to use your product or service, hence adding more to your revenues. Upselling and cross-selling. Since you know your customer better, you know their needs, and hence you can offer different products based on their requirement. Automation of tasks. CRM automates many small tasks which otherwise might have urged manual intervention, like generating a report, sending an email, filling up forms, etc. So, CRM takes care of many of such tasks, creating a room for the employee to focus on innovation or a better customer support. And finally, we have got better analysis. To run a successful business, many aspects play a vital role, and good and efficient analysis of data is one of those. CRM makes analysis of data easier. With every data stored at a single place, keeping your statistics at correct path so that you have a better insight of humongous customer information, and hence the probability of doing the miscalculation drops drastically down. So these were a few benefits of incorporating CRM, that is customer relationship management, in your business. Now, finally, we shall be delving upon the topic of the day, that is Salesforce. So, what is it? So let me describe it in this way. If you are not thinking customers, you are not thinking. The cardinal rule applies to every business, big or small. So, customers are the sole reason why any business exists. But in today's digitally driven world, your customers are getting more and more tough to acquire and even tougher to retain. So, every business would wish there was some kind of a magic wand that they can simply wave and hope their customers would be happy. Well, there's something close, and that is what is Salesforce. Welcome to Salesforce, the world's favorite customer relationship management tool. Salesforce can broadly be termed as a cloud-based CRM, which incorporates all the features of traditional CRMs. It was introduced in 1990 and today is being rated as world's best customer relationship management system. But it is not just a CRM. It has gone much beyond the word CRM. Now, how does it surpasses other CRMs and what all it does is covered in the slides to come. So now let's talk about the services Salesforce offers. It has got three types of services. SaaS, which stands for software as a service. That means you directly get the software to use. It is built in and you can directly start using it. And then PaaS, that means platform as a service. It offers you the platform, the framework in which you can build your own apps, websites at a speed which on-premise solution cannot provide. And then IaaS, that is infrastructure as a service. This is not very widely used in Salesforce but still plays a crucial role in Salesforce development. Now let us talk about the different products Salesforce offers. So here we shall be discussing some of the mostly used products. So let's start with the mostly used product, which is called Marketing Cloud. In order to get the product sold, marketing plays an essential role for getting the leads generated and maintaining a record of potential leads. You can send emails, messages, push messages, run a campaign, and do a lot more with Marketing Cloud and keep track of all of that. Then we have got another important aspect of Salesforce, and that is called Sales Cloud. Sales might seem very easy to an onlooker, but it takes sweat and blood of the salesman to convert a lead into customer or user of a product. And Sales Cloud takes this responsibility off the shoulders of a sales representative to a great extent. It gives you all the data, information, latest status of the lead that might be very useful for a sales representative. This is one of the most important products available in salesforce.com. And then Service Cloud. Now you have got your customers or users on board using marketing and sales cloud facilities. Salesforce does not stop there. It also provides facility of serving your customer in the best way possible to convert them into potential and permanent customers. After that, we have got Analytics Cloud. So Salesforce has got Analytical Cloud, which enables a user of Salesforce to create pictorial representation of the data available. This pictorial representation is called dashboard, and this enables the organization to have a thorough analysis by looking at the trends and more. Then we have got App Exchange. So another amazing feature it comes with is App Exchange Cloud. This is an ecosystem of built-in apps that can be used across the Salesforce environment. That is to say, all the Salesforce users can use these apps. You can have your app developed and placed in App Exchange as well. And finally, let us talk about Community Cloud. So there is a vast community of Salesforce across the world. And hence, whenever you have any questions related to Salesforce, you can simply post it in the community cloud and someone should address your query with a relevant answer. So these are a few most important products of Salesforce. Let us also see some of the most important platforms it provides to its users. The first one we have got is called Lightning Platform. It is a framework which had got an ecosystem of inbuilt components, and you can simply drag and drop these components to build or create an app without writing a single line of coding. Exactly. This is to say, now almost everyone can become a developer and app creator. And now we have got Salesforce One app. What is it? So this is nothing but the version of Salesforce especially designed to use on your mobiles anytime, anywhere. So now running a business is as easy as using a smartphone. Then we have got Heroku. It helps you write applications in different open languages, deploy them and manage them. And finally, we have got Force.com. So this is a platform as a service which I talked about earlier, which can be used to develop apps and websites effectively and efficiently. Now I'm sure you must have got the idea that why Salesforce is not just a cloud-based CRM, but goes too far than that. Now let's move to Salesforce architecture, which is quite interesting. So Salesforce has got multi-tenant architecture, which means different people using the same space and hence you pay less since it works on sharing system. But this feature might pop up a question on your mind related to the security of your data in shared space. So let me tell you that it has got metadata structure of security. That means different level of securities and you can always make your data private or give selective permission. So it is basically in your hand to make your data public or private. Now, since you know what is Salesforce, let me give you an example of how does Salesforce make your life easier. So let us take an example that you have to build an application but without Salesforce CRM. So what all would you be requiring? First of all, an idea, then hardware setup, different software to be installed, and ensuring their securities, and finally you can build an app. Now let's see what all is needed to build an app using Salesforce CRM or Salesforce.com. So definitely you have to have an idea and then just get Salesforce CRM and you have got your app created. Truly a user-friendly software, isn't it? Now I'm sure you must be very excited to know how Salesforce actually works, actually looks like. So let me tell you, let me show you that. So let's start our hands-on with Salesforce implementation. Here we shall be seeing how do we create an account in Salesforce for free. So now when you need to work on Salesforce and if you have a Salesforce account, that means if you are already working with an organization, then you probably already have got a Salesforce account, which is well and good. And if in case you do not have it, so Salesforce gives you a lifetime free account for your practice. Yes, a lifetime free developer account. It has got almost all the features, just that number of licenses are less in it. So now to register for a lifetime free account in Salesforce, you need to visit developer.salesforce.com or developer.force.com. Okay, so let's get started. So let's directly go to salesforce.com. Okay, just like this, salesforce.com. Okay, like this. Oh, sorry, it has opened org. So org is basically non-profit part of Salesforce. So the Salesforce Foundation, where they give almost 10 licenses free of cost to no profit organization or non-profit organization. Okay, so here are all the products of Salesforce that I talked about. So let's go to Sales Cloud. So Sales Cloud is the most widely used product in Salesforce, and this is also the oldest one. So I'll have clicked on pricing here, right? Now another thing is Salesforce sales license based on the user. So the enterprise edition they say is most popular. So it is basically $125. If you buy in bulk, this is customizable. You can talk to your account manager. They do give discounts on this as well. Okay, so this is Sales Cloud mostly used product. If I go to settings here, getting started here. Okay, so here in this, you can have all the information regarding Salesforce, how to do this, how do you find your partner. These are Salesforce App Exchange. Okay, again, something I talked about. So let's go to pricing once again. If I click here, trail for free, so you can also here sign up here, but this would be a 30 days trial for you, and this would basically give you the production environment. But what will we be doing is, instead of this, we shall be signing up for a developer account. So it is very easy. Just come here and just click on sign up here, and you need to fill up a small form. The only requirement is that you will have to provide the username in the format of an email. So you can simply fill the form up here and here, and the username should be in the format of an email ID, maybe abc@xyz.com, in the format of an email. So we need to sign up here. Once done, you'll be receiving an email, and you'll be asked to verify your account and need to change password at the first moment. Rather, assign a password to your Salesforce account. So once you sign up, you'll be sent an email, and then you can go to login.salesforce.com. So whenever you have to work on Salesforce in future, you can simply visit login.salesforce.com. So these were a few simple steps to create your account. You can see here, and here you simply will give you your username, whatever you have created, and then the password that you have changed, and simply you will log in. Okay, so this will take you to the main screen of Salesforce. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you all that how do we do how do we create an account and implement Salesforce. And after this, let us move and let us see how do we create an app in Salesforce. Okay, so whenever you start working on a project, so creating an app might be your first step. An application is nothing but a collection of tabs or project. So now whenever you work on Salesforce, this is the left hand side column where we work, be it Salesforce admin or Salesforce developer. We find links to our customization and new application creation here. And if you cannot find anything, then there is a very good quick find or quick search here, and the global search here, which searches throughout the Salesforce in the database as well. And this search is to search for these items. Now let's go to create an app. So here we have got call center, marketing, app launcher, community. So all these are the apps. So what we'll do is we'll go to create. Here customize means change into any standard object or any standard functionality which is already present in Salesforce. But to create something on our own, we need to go under create. So I'll click on create app. Now to create an app, I'll click on quick start here. These all are the apps. Some of them came with Salesforce itself, some of them I created, and some of them might have got created when I had installed any application from Salesforce App Exchange. So now here is the name we need to provide here. Okay, just like sales marketing I showed you guys there. So let us name our app as a warehouse. Now, as I told you, an app is a collection of objects. So what it does, it asks you to provide at least one object to the app so that it does not remain blank. So it would ask you the name of the first object. So let us say we name it as merchandise. So let us do that. Okay, so although we can also create this custom object by going under create object, but doing like this will help us create one object by default with blank fields apart from some other objects. So here we'll click on create. So the plural is for the tab actually. Okay, I'll click on to go to my app. Go to my app. So sales changes here to warehouse. See, sales changes to warehouse. If you want, you can take a tour, but I'll say no thanks. So this is our first app created, which is called merchandise. Okay, so click on new. So you will find only one field with merchandise name. This is a mandatory standard field which gets created. Let's go to setup. Okay, so under create, let's go to objects here. Now search for merchandise here. So this is the object which is automatically created for us. So these four standard fields got created automatically, created by, last modified by, merchandise name and owner. So merchandise name, the app name is just the same. So this is the mandatory field which it is asking for. So when you click on new, you can put in the name and save. So creating an app is very simple. You can create an app. You have created one app. You are now on your app. Here you see warehouse. The first object merchandise has also been created. So object in Salesforce is basically like data tables. Data tables would have fields. Fields will have or become the columns, and the data will fill in. Those fields become row. So like we have account app. If you go to sales app, account driven object, contact, these all are the objects containing separate information, and if we link them to database terminology, they are basically data tables. So merchandise is nothing but a custom app that we created, okay, and these accounts and contact, these objects created by the company Salesforce, which we can customize them and use accordingly. So see how easy it was to create an app in Salesforce, right? Now let us also see how to create tabs under this app. Okay, now we have created our first merchandise object. So now, as I told you earlier, that object is nothing but a table. Now table would have rows and columns, but from business point of view, every object should have some characteristics which we need to record. So here we have created a warehouse application. It would have inventory items, their price, their description, all those things. So we need to create those fields on our own since it is a custom object. Now how do we do that? Since we have created a custom object, okay, so we need to go to create, go to object, and there we'll search for merchandise object. It's here. So now this merchandise object have only 4 fields which has been created automatically, and we need to go ahead and create our own custom field which can be done from here. So this is the API name of the field, and since these are the standard fields, they don't have double score C before them. But whenever we create a field, a custom field, whenever a user, a Salesforce developer or admin creates a field, it is called a custom field, and it has double underscore C before it in the API name. So an API name is a name which is referred to in our code. For example, if you want to write a trigger, so in that trigger, we need to refer to merchandise object. So then we shall not be using this name. We shall be using the API name, okay? So just like this. Let's go ahead and click on new. Once we click on new, the first step is to select the data type of the field. So what type of field we are going to create? Let's say we want to list the price of every item, and the price is nothing but currency. We know the field should be of currency type, so we can select currency from here. So we'll go and select currency. If you need to record data, you can have date, and master detail lookup is for creating relationship between two objects, okay? If you want to store phone number, so you can use phone field just here, or you can have a text field and have your own custom validation to verify phone number. Everything is possible in Salesforce. It is said that whatever is not in Salesforce does not even exist. Salesforce has become so huge now. So we'll click on currency and we'll click on next. Now here we'll give the field label. So it is a price. So we can name it anything like list price or price, whatever you want. Okay, just like this. So this field name is price, so it will automatically give double underscore C after this name once the field has been created. Now in Salesforce, these numeric fields have got maximum limit of 18 digits. So if you want to have 2 decimal places, then you need to reduce this to 16, 16:2, 15:3, whatever you want. But the maximum length has to be 18. Here you can give some description after giving the limit of the character, some description for the user or help text for somebody who is new, who is filling up the field. See, price is self-explanatory, but there could be other fields which can have arbitrary names, and whenever someone tries to enter any data into that, he might not be aware of what type of data would go into the field. So you can provide some help text in that case. Let's say you can write, this is the list of price of every item. Okay. So now if you want to make this field mandatory universally from the user point of view, so you can check this box. Okay. As of now, I'll leave it blank. So making a field mandatory from page layout is different. Let's go to merchandise and click on new. Here we'll go to merchandise, again click on new tab. So now here is a field which is mandatory from page layout. What does that mean? It means when the user is trying to fill in the data, then the field is mandatory for the user. But if we are inserting some record through API, through coding, or through some external tool, in that case, filling up the field is not mandatory since it has been mandatory from the page layout. So page layout is only for the user if someone is manually inserting the data. But if you want the field to be mandatory, even if the data is being inserted through API coding, through third-party software, then you need to make it mandatory from here. Okay, from here, then you need to make it mandatory. So it will become universal mandate. We also have got validation rule to make a field mandatory, but that validation rule can be tweaked. There could be if else condition specified in that when it should be mandatory and when it should be not. For example, we have got two fields. We want to make second field mandatory only when upper field is filled. In that case, you can use validation rule. So we can check if this field is equals to true, then make this field mandatory. So in this case, validation rule applies. Right now we'll leave it blank and click on next. So here are the profile setting. We will have a separate section of roles and profiles. So here by default we'll mark it visible for all like this. So this is all the profile that we have got in Salesforce, and every user is assigned a profile. And according to the profile assigned, setting of the profile gets applied to the user. Let's say I have this partner application subscription user, this one. And if I unchecked it from here, and if this profile has been assigned to some user, that user, if he comes to merchandise object, he will not be able to see this field because we have made it non-visible. Or we can make it read only. That means this field is visible to the user, but he cannot do any editing. Let's keep it default, visible for all. Now, do we want to add this field to page layout or not? This is the page layout, okay, for merchandise object. So do we want to have this field on the page layout or not? I hope till now it is all clear to you guys. Okay, so this is the thing. So here I'll leave it checked, merchandise layout, as we want this field to be visible on the page layout. So click save. Okay, after doing this, we'll go and we'll click on save. Okay, so if you want to create one more field, click save and new. So I'll click on save and new. Let's create two more fields so that you'll be getting a clear idea. So we have created price field. Now we may also want numbers of item, the inventory stock we have. For that we would select number field. Okay, click next. So whenever you start on a project, you have the document which has already been created by your business analyst or functional person. So you will have the list of which all fields needs to be created and what tabs do they want. You just need to work accordingly. So let's say I name it total inventory. So here, because we have to give a name, so we'll name it total inventory. Okay, total inventory. So in inventory, we don't need decimal, right? So we cannot have 2.5 item. We would have 1, 2, 3, etc. item. So we'll leave it as it is. If you want, you can give some help text. And again, we have, if you want to keep it unique, you don't require any duplicate values. Right now, let's keep it default. Click on next, again, save and new. Okay. Now let's say we also want to give a description about our product. If you want to have some features about the product, like if you have to store cloth, maybe a shirt, so we can have some description that this is a cotton shirt, the fabric of the shirt, the color, etc. So we can have a description for any item. So you can have a text. Okay, so here all the type of the field is showing, as I already showed you all. So here we are going and we'll be most probably selecting text. So you have text, then text area, and text area long and all. So the only difference is in the number of character they can store. Text area can store up to 255 characters, text area long can store up to 131072 character, and text area rich can be used to store some images, links, etc. So we will use text area, and let's say I name it description. Okay, so let's name it description. If you want, you can give some help text, click next, next, and finally we'll save it. Okay, so we'll click on next. Okay, so I think 3 fields are enough we have created. So here next and then finally save, because we don't have to create another field, and that's why we have simply saved it. Now I need to refresh merchandise tab, right? So here you can see you have got the fields. You see the question mark here. That means the help description has been provided. So whenever we provide help text for a field, it shows the question mark along with the field. It is always a good practice to have some description. Now you can manually start giving in data for the fields, name, price, how many items, and some description of the item. So this is the way of how you give characteristics to your object to create objects and make an application. Okay, so here again, as I told you, because this was created by us, this has got this double underscore C in front of them. As I told you, if you create a custom object, so API name would get double underscore C in front of them. If the object has been created by Salesforce automatically, then the API name does not consist double score C. Okay, so this is how we create an app and then tabs under the app in Salesforce. So now if you think that you can make your career in this field, you are simply on a right track. So now let us talk about the most important portion of the video, which is career growth it has for you. And trust me, it won't disappoint you. So cloud is the new workforce in the software market, and Salesforce is one of the best cloud CRM software available, and hence most organizations are shifting to Salesforce CRM. Salesforce was ranked first in Fortune's 100 best companies to work for in 2018 according to Wikipedia. It has got immense opportunities in terms of Salesforce developers. According to Salesforce.com, 2 out of the 10 best jobs are Salesforce specific, and 3.3 million jobs will be created in the ecosystem by 2022, if the report of IDC is to be believed. So, to me, it sounds quite promising in terms of your career growth, isn't it? And finally, let us know the salary you would be earning for being a Salesforce developer. So according to Salesforce.com, you can garner up to $125K per year. A great start, certainly. So after that, let us talk about all that we have covered today in short. So what is CRM? The need of CRM, then Salesforce CRM, then different services of Salesforce, then the products used by Salesforce, then Salesforce architecture. Then we have seen in detail creating an app with objects using Salesforce software. And finally, we also talked about the career opportunities Salesforce has got for you to offer. So to get a 360-degree knowledge about Salesforce, you can come to Intellipaat, which offers you courses designed by best industry experts, and witness your career grow. For any inquiry, contact Intellipaat anytime. Thank you for watching the video. Like and share it. Comment below and we'll respond to them as soon as possible. Also, do subscribe to Intellipaat channel so that you can keep yourself updated with the latest technologies. You can also go through other related videos in our playlist, and for more information, visit our website. Keep learning, keep improving. Thanks for giving us your time. Have a great day and career ahead.